Because yeah, as always, I am JASUBLITZ. I said last time I was going to just shorten it to Jasu from now on, but I forgot, so there we are. This is Giana Sisters, Twisted Dreams. This is a game I've been interested in for a reasonably long time here, and I've just never gotten around to playing it. I've owned it forever. I think I owned it on 2 platforms too. I bought it on GOG and Steam by accident. Or no, it was Humble Bundle and Steam, I think, separately. Humble Bundle and GOG, whatever. I own this game twice. And yeah, I've never actually played it. So we're actually going to do this. It is a... yeah, just kind of your, your modern 2D platformer. There's a lot of these days. This one right here, though, is particularly good to my understanding. And I just realized I still have, like, my layout. Like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, my desktop layout. Not like my computer desktop, but like my literal desktop, where I've got like my snacks and my keyboard and my microphone is all configured for like FPS games. So I'm just shifting that around right now as I blab on about nonsense. So yeah, Giana Sisters. Yeah, I'm just gonna blab a little bit, or I don't know. I'm kind of tempted to like go through and explore all of this shit. Or I don't know. I don't have. You know what? Let's just get right into it. See what this game is all about. Okay, I don't think we want to go uber hardcore, and in fact, I think our only options are easy or normal right now, so I think the choice is clear there. If there are... oh, is that deliberate? I think it's probably just a title screen thing. If the 1.2.1 thing lingers into the gameplay, I'll try and... also, the game seems a bit loud. I don't know. I guess, viewers would know better than I would, so if there's any issues with the, the frame rate or the audio or anything like that, let me know. But, yeah, that was just a thing on the title screen. It looks like, just to let you know what version you're playing. So yeah, it's this Giana Sisters. Whole gimmick is that you can run around. Ooh, the controls seem weirdly slippery. Actually, it kind of takes a moment to come to a stop. Also, it's not as good looking as I thought it would be. Like, I don't know, if it's just me, Giana's hair looks like a bit weird. Did I not crank this up to, like, maximum graphics? Could have sworn that I cranked this up to maximum graphics. Also, how do I get through these walls? Maybe I just have weird standards, or maybe it's just the aesthetic. I don't know. I might have to investigate this afterwards. Right, it's less bad when you're zoomed out like this, actually. It actually looks kind of decent when it's zoomed out more. It's only when they zoom in a little bit like this that it's like the ends. Yeah, I guess that's true. It's always weird switching from like one game in a genre to another game in that same genre. And it's like, oh, nothing feels the same. But yeah, if you look at that there, like I'm switching directions, and it takes her quite a while to like switch there. It's like kind of momentum based, which actually makes sense now that I think of it, because as I understand, like this is kind of a sequel, or I guess a reboot of an old school, some sort of PC game, or not PC. It was one of those British computers, I think, or those console/computer systems that were a big thing back in the 80s. And Giana Sisters was a game that was basically like a straight up Mario clone. Like, it was a complete ripoff of the original Super Mario Brothers. So, oh dang, they got the other Giana sister. How is this game Giana Sisters then? I'm just gonna switch back and forth from Giana to Giana, just cause I don't know. I don't know which it is. I hear everyone say Giana, but Giana sounds, I don't know, more right, more natural to me. Oh, right trigger. Okay. Now, do I have my trigger and my bumper mixed up? Shit. Can I switch my controls right here? I think I actually want, like, L1 as right trigger here. Invert the axis, force feedback, swap sticks. Oh, twirl and dash on different buttons. Manual world, switch twirl and dash on different buttons. Both of these are the same thing. I can automatic world switch, which puts the twirl and dash on different buttons, or I can manual world switch, which twirls and dashes on different buttons, or I can dash on the same... Oh, I see, it's like a mishmash there. I'll keep it on the default for now. I'll see if I can get used to this, but if not, I might... Or actually, yeah, I think it might just be a weird thing with... I don't know, just like... The world actually looks lovely. I love the graphics of like the environment and the world and everything, and just like the level. It's the vibrant colors. I think I actually like this like bright and colorful, like the happy world even better than the twisted world. Because yeah, that's kind of the gimmick of this game. Like yeah, this whole gimmick of like switching worlds and stuff did not exist in the original game. Like I said, the original Giana Sisters, to my understanding, was just basically a straight up like Mario ripoff. Which is kind of where, like I said, where it makes this game feel a lot different from Shantae, which, like I mentioned when I was playing that game, felt very, very responsive. Whereas this one, a bit more momentum-based, like I said, takes you a little bit to skid to a stop there. It's not quite Mario-level momentum. Oh, I've got an attack. It's got like a fireball dash there. So yeah, it's like, so even though this is like, you know, kind of the sequel slash reboot of like this old school Mario clone, it's really not the same game at all. It's got completely different mechanics, this whole Twisted Dreams thing. It's like, there's a lot of potential here for cool stuff. I love the switch. Like, the way the world just switches on the fly, the way it pops back and forth like that, and just at the press of a button. It's just astounding. It's an amazing technical achievement, to be honest. Like, this must have taken, like, some doing to just make the transitions that smooth. And, like, at any time. It's not like, you know, based on... like, you know, like preset points wherever. It's like really, really, really neat. The music too transitions seamlessly between the two versions of the background track. Oh yeah, and the music is another thing to comment on. I don't know about like all the music, but I know that the heavy metal tracks that are used for apparently the not twisted world, the happy world, is like these really awesome. I don't know what to call it. Just like rockin', almost chiptune-esque soundtracks here. And it sounds really good. It's actually by a group called Machine Supremacy. Oh, I should have gone up there. Oh well. What was I saying? Oh yeah, Machine Supremacy, who I was actually familiar with before I heard about them doing the soundtrack for this game. They actually did a few tracks, or a few of their songs were licensed for an old arcade game I used to play. I just hit the wrong button. That's right, because yeah, in Shantae, Circle was confirm and X was cancel, and now it's X is confirm and Circle is cancel. But anyways, yeah, Machine Supremacy had a couple of their songs licensed for an old arcade game called In the Groove that I used to play, which was basically just a DDR knockoff, except even better than DDR in a lot of ways. Just about every way, frankly. But, so yeah, and I was really a big fan of the Machine Supremacy tracks. Whoops. Oh, I see. So, okay. I actually still don't actually get the controls here. So, okay, I've got the square button, which fireballs me, but since the one girl doesn't have a fireball, like if you try to fireball with her, it'll switch you to the other character immediately. Whereas if I press Y, okay, I do a little twirly attack, and then, yeah, sure enough, if I try to do it with the other character, it also switches it instantly. Anyways, what was I saying? Yeah, Machine Supremacy did music, or had their music licensed for In the Groove, and they were pretty much my favorite artists in the Groove. Like, all of the best songs in the Groove, just about. Whoops, I was trying to be fancy there and see if I could switch it. Or as maybe, I wonder if can I continue a spin? What if I use the manual switch button? Oh, that's neat. Okay, this is really clever. Oh wow, there's so much stuff going on in this game. This is complicated. So okay, so I jump, I double jump, and then I switch to the other character, but it maintains her ability. And actually, I can do the same thing with the fireball dash too. Okay. Oh, there is some potential for shenanigans here. Oh my goodness. Well, I could see this getting really tricky in the later levels. This game has a lot of potential, I think, to get crazy with the mechanics and make things really tough. Bet you I can break these with a fireball. Yeah, there we go. Sorry, I've been ignoring chat because I'm like really into the game right now. Blah blah blah. Sorry, I don't mean to summarize your text as blah blah blah. That's just what I say to myself when I'm reading text. I do it when I read NPC dialogue as well. Oh, and you can hold it down to do it for longer and bounce off walls. And you die in one hit. Oh my god, talk about potential for difficulty. Jesus. Oh yeah, the Shantae Half Genie Hero thing. I talked a little bit about Half Genie Hero on like the very early parts of when I was playing. Oh, I think I know how to get up there, and that is tricky. So I do that. Oh, okay, or not. What the fuck? Oh, it's restarting my... Okay. I'm not... No, you are not restarting my computer. God damn it. So yeah, I've got the chat open on my laptop over here. Just because I don't have like a two-screen setup. Okay, yeah, it won't let me like do both. Yeah, if I fireball, I can't spin until I land, and if I spin, I can't fireball till I land. So it looks like I do this. Anyways, Half Genie Hero. I was skeptical when I first saw it. I really don't like the look. Or I wouldn't say that. It's not a bad look. It's just it's definitely a step back from like the, you know, Pirate's Curse and Risky's Revenge. Like I don't like the look as much. It's got that stupid little like rounded... It looks like a Flash game. I don't like the look. But I don't see any reason for it to be a bad game. Like, none of the other Shantae games were bad. Or, I mean, arguably the original Shantae was a little bit bad, but that was mainly issues with the platform it was on more than anything, rather than, like, game design. Although I guess the argument could be made, like, so much of the appeal of Shantae is just in the visuals and the aesthetics, so when you kind of reduce that... You reduce the game itself a fair bit. So it's like, I don't know. I'm not gonna buy it until it goes on like a huge sale, I'll say that. Okay. You got so many different ways to do like things in this game too, it seems so far. It's like you can just switch back and forth just like regular, or you can switch by... What the fuck even happened there? Well, I think, okay, I plowed into an enemy, and then it, like, bounced off that, and just, like, went, like, flying in the other direction. That's kind of neat. Looks like there's a lot of secrets and stuff to explore, too. It's like, yeah, this is kind of a collectathon game, actually, from what I understand. In order to get the best ending, I believe you need... Not 100% in every level, but you need... There's, like, a weird collection system where it's like you... What was it I heard? It's like you get a number of stars at the end of the level, depending on how you beat the level. You get, I think you get a star for if you, yeah, there are like 2 or 3 stars you can get. Or I think it's, yeah, 2 stars based on how many times you died. If you die less than a certain number of times, you get 2 stars, and then there's a second threshold where if you die less than that number, then you get 2 stars, or you get 1 star. I'm not explaining this well. Basically, if you get like if you get less than 10 deaths or something like that, it gives you 2 stars. If you get less than like 20 deaths, it gives you 1 star, and then more than that, it gives you 0 stars. And then it does the same thing with like the gems, where if you collect a certain number of gems, then like yeah, basically based on gem collection. If you get enough gems, it'll give you 3 stars. If you get less than that, it'll give you 2 stars, and so on. And I believe you need a certain number of stars to get the good ending, or maybe even beat the game or something like that. I'm not completely opposed to the whole collectathon mentality in games. It can be good when done well. The problem is, like, the secrets... The stuff has to be well hidden. Like, I think the Donkey Kong games did the best at collecting stuff. That game... Because it wasn't like a billion things. Like, you didn't have to, like, collect all the bananas or whatever and shit. Or you kind of... I think you did in the first Donkey Kong game. But after that, it was about finding the hidden barrels. And the hidden barrels were really cleverly hidden. And it was like kind of a little scavenger hunt. Yeah, so you see there, I got 2 stars for dying only once, and I got 2 stars for collecting enough of the gems. But yeah, I generally don't like it when it's like, when games are like, yeah, this is kind of like what they're doing here. Like, this level has 301 crystals, and you gotta find them all. I generally don't like it when games do that. Ah, dang it, I pressed the wrong button again. Mind you, it's kind of degrees. Like, it doesn't ruin the game for me or anything. But, like, or it depends. If it, seals off the good ending for you or something like that, then I probably just won't ever get the good ending for this game. The cool thing about collectathon style games is, like, you can kind of go as hard on it as you want. Like, if you don't really like, finding all the hidden secrets and getting 100% in every level and all that, you don't have to play it that way. You can just, just play the game just regularly. Just do like a regular, good old completion, and then, just, play the game that way, and then you're done with it. You don't have to get 100% on every game, And that's kind of the attitude I take to a lot of those games. Like, I'm thinking, like, what sucks, though, is the games where it forces you to get everything. Rayman is the perfect example of that. The original... Ooh, missed my jump there. The original Rayman was the perfect example. You could not beat the original Rayman unless you collect all of the Pro Tunes or whatever. Mind you, Rayman was a great game. Like, I love the original Rayman, other than that fact, which made it super annoying, and which basically means that I'm pretty much never gonna beat that game ever again, just because it's so annoying to have to go back and collect absolutely every frickin' thing in the entire game. Oh, apparently it says I can swim. So yeah, let's go for a swim. Or is the water toxic or something in Twisted Land? Oh, looks like it's fine. Oh yeah, little Mario hold back here you can see too. The swimming here is exactly the same as it is in Mario, which is kind of cute. I just had a brain fart there. I was thinking, like, oh, crystals. But no, those are bad crystals. Those are sharp, pointy crystals that murder you. I don't know what that star did. It looked like a power-up of some kind, but... Anyways, and I don't know. The Donkey Kong games were actually kind of the same way. Like, you could beat the Donkey Kong games, and it would give you an ending, but you don't get, like, the full game. You don't get to play, like, the Lost World, which are, like, some of the most fun levels in the game, unless you go back and get all the bonus coins and stuff. Nevertheless, even though you don't get to see all the levels, like, just, like, playing the game through to, like, the regular ending is still a full satisfying experience, as long as you're okay with the fact that you're not going to get to see all the levels, and there's going to be a bunch of content you're missing out on. And I kind of understand that. Like, it kind of annoys... I don't know, in certain games it annoys me when they lock off content like that. It depends on whether... I guess it depends on whether or not you... whether or not you enjoy, like, the stuff that it's locked behind. Like, if you enjoy finding hidden secrets in Donkey Kong, it's not gonna matter to you that, it's locked behind finding all the bonus coins, because finding bonus coins is fun. You might have done that anyways, just for the hell of it. Even if there weren't, like, extra levels that required getting all of them, you might just get them because they're fun to collect, because you're that kind of gamer that likes to find hidden secrets and explore the levels and that kind of stuff. If you're the kind of guy who likes to, just kind of blitz through the levels, oh, I see, oh, that star thing was a barrier, so I get an extra hit if I get that. If you're the kind of guy who, like, just kind of like, almost like a speedrunner type person, who just likes to, like, go boom, 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 go through all the levels, kind of like the Sonic the Hedgehog style gamer, where you're just, like, going through the levels top speed, just cruising through, like, just flowing, that kind of flow type thing, where you're just kind of wrecking the game. Not like wrecking the game, but like wrecking the game's shit, like getting all up in the game's asshole and just like destroying it, and just blitzing and just tearing through it, and just don't ever slow down the pace. That kind of gaming thing, that Sonic the Hedgehog type experience. And you can play just about any game like that. It's just, if you try to play Rayman like that, or Donkey Kong like that, you're not going to get to see all the levels. And you might hate the fact that the game locks levels behind like collectathon bullshit that you don't want to do, versus a game that you're enjoying otherwise. Like, if you like to speedrun Donkey Kong, or if you like to play Donkey Kong apart from the collecting stuff, then you're going to resent the fact, potentially, that they lock the coolest levels behind the collectathon. Why am I even blabbing about this shit? Oh yeah, because this game is a collectathon. So this is all basically tangentially related to Giana Sisters, because that's basically the kind of game this is, from what I can tell. Yeah, that's the thing. Different games do different things differently, though. That was like the most tautological thing I think I've ever said. But it's like, you know what I'm getting at. It's like, if a game does something well enough, or does it in a certain way, or has enough elements of other things I enjoy, like I feel like games can make me enjoy just about anything if they do it in the right way. Like, there are games I've liked that I like. I was about to say like 50 times in that sentence. There are games that I like that incorporate a lot of elements of things that I typically don't like. Like, there are whole genres where there will be like 1 or 2 games I enjoy in that genre. Like, I'm trying to think of an example. Got it. Wants to restart my PC that I've got the chat open on, and I don't know how to tell it to stop. Like, it's just counting down now, 5 minutes, and it's gonna restart my laptop. Sorry, I don't know what to do about that. I'll just let you know, and then I'm basically just not gonna be able to read chat for a few minutes until my PC restarts. I'll let you know what that happens, but until then, we can continue chatting for the next 5 minutes or so. Seem to be consistently getting these 4-star ratings. I hope that's enough to get the good ending in this game. And again, I don't know how long this game is either. Like, I'm expecting... Like, yeah, I'm definitely not going to get through it tonight, because I'm probably only going to stream for, like, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 more hours. Jump on enemies' heads to defeat them. I don't know that I could have gotten this far. Actually, you know what? Now that I think of it, that's interesting. I probably could have gotten this far, actually, without knowing that. Ooh, you gotta switch it in midair. Because, yeah, you gotta switch it to get on this platform. Then you gotta jump up there, but switch it in midair to make the thorns retract. Oh, they're getting crazy on me already, and I see that's a breakable wall. Got some Metroid shit going on here. I don't know if this was supposed to be a secret or not. Oh, and then you bounce. Oh God, they're getting fancy already. Frankly, I shudder to think how much, like what challenges they're gonna put this towards by the time we're over. When we're already on like just the 3rd level, and we gotta like use powers and then switch worlds in midair. I guess that was all for secrets, though, so... That's actually a cool balance, if like all of the most difficult parts of the game were, like, to hide secrets, and it weren't just, like, you know, just, like... Like, you know, where it's not just, you know, collectathon where you're just scouring every level and searching every nook and cranny for the hidden shit, but also to where it's just, like, obvious shit that's really challenging to get to and really taxes your mastery over the game's mechanics. A lot of the best Donkey Kong secrets were actually hidden in that way too, where it's just like a barrel that you could just see, it's right there, you can see it, and you need to get to it, but it's like, you can't figure out how, and you gotta like kind of test your mastery of the game mechanics to get that shit done. Yeah, that was the best shit in Donkey Kong, and hell, they're doing that already in level 3 of Giana Sisters. I'm getting really good vibes from this right now. Sorry, I'm not sure quite what you're referring to. Are you talking about Donkey Kong or Giana Sisters here? As far as, yeah, what's too linear or too easy? I'm not sure. Regardless, I don't know that I'd apply either of those criticisms to, or apply that criticism to either of these games from what I've seen of this so far. Giana, it's really too early to say. Like, if linear is a problem, like, I don't know how you'd call this game, or is that guy? I think that guy has got, like, thorns sticking out of him. I don't think I can kill him. That was kind of tough to see, though. Okay, that's easier to see. It's like if linear games are a problem, then it's like any 2D platformer that's not a Metroidvania would be a problem. Like, Sonic the Hedgehog is linear, for example, right? Or like Mario is linear. But, and actually I don't even know that I'd call this linear. Like, the path to the end is linear, but there's all kinds of, like, side routes and stuff to, like, investigate that'll, like, get you your secrets and stuff. So there's like different ways to play the level almost, or I guess there's two ways to play the level, where it's like you're going for completionism and side areas and get the gems, or you're going for just like the straight shot to the end. I don't know. It's a bit early to say, but yeah. This kind of game is kind of straight up my alley, though. I mean, a lot of 2D platformers are... I have a pretty broad taste when it comes to... like, different... Especially this type of genre. There's a wide variety of, like, 2D platformers that I really, really like. Like I said, I like the Donkey Kongs, I like the Sonics, I like the Marios, I like the Metroidvanias, the Shantaes, all that kind of stuff. I like a lot of 2D platformers. Even ones that I'd even classify as, like, lesser. Ooh, that is tricky. Okay, so I gotta switch it at, like, just the right time. Just like that. It's like, I don't know. Here's a question I got for you, then. What did you think about, Fuck, it's restarting me right now. Okay, I'll ask you when I get back, since I won't be able to see your response. But yeah, it's restarting my, laptop right now, so I am not going to be able to read chat for a little bit. Oh, apparently it's restarting. It's going to crash in the middle of restarting my laptop, which I guess doesn't really make any difference. God, what kind of update are they installing here? That's going to crash my computer in the middle of restarting it. Oh, this is what I just did. That wasn't even, like, required to get through the level. This was just, like a little side bit for a gem. Yeah, I didn't even... I guess that was the way back down, and I missed that thing, so I'm gonna do it again. Fuck it. Yeah, it's sort of like execution-based challenge, though. Like, there are some platformers that are strictly execution-based. Meat Boy is, like... Or Super Meat Boy is, like, the prime example of that kind of game. Where it's just like there's nothing... Like, I guess... If you're like a speedrunner or something, there are kind of different ways to get through the level, but it's like really, like just a straight shot to the end, and once you've solved the level, there's not really a lot to it other than execution. And frankly, I say solve the level as if there are puzzles or something. It's like really just a matter of, yeah, figuring out what to do and then executing it. There's kind of some of that going on here, where this is like, yeah, some really tricky shit you gotta get through and make some good use out of your different abilities. And God, is it taking its time to restart my old laptop here. God, I think it's like dying or something. Like I don't know that it's ever gonna finish restarting. And I'm just assuming that that purple water there is non-swimmable. Or maybe it's just taking a long time to update. Although usually when it's updating, it'll say like updating as opposed to restarting. I don't know. I'm spending a lot of time... I noticed I was spending a lot of time in the happy world, just in general, now I'm going through this game. Oh my god, there are 751 gems in this level. Oh, I don't know about that. Like, I was just talking about how I don't mind collectathons and even like them if they're done right, but... 751 fucking gems. I think... I don't know. I think you've gone a little bit too far. Once you get above, like, 300... Like, 300, even 300 is fucking pushing it. But when you get too far above that, I think you're just... I think you've gone mad with power at that point. I don't know. I will say this, as much as I like the backgrounds and stuff, this is a pretty good, like, a well-done 2D platformer, or 2.5D platformer from, like, a visual perspective. Like, the visuals are great for, like, a 3D rendered 2D platformer. I typically actually don't like the aesthetics of, like you know, these 2D games with 3D graphics. Particularly, a lot of the time, the biggest problem with these kinds of games, that the 2D games with 3D graphics, it's really tough to tell between foreground and background elements. And also, a lot of the time, they just tend to be flat and uninspired overall in their visual design. This is definitely one of the better games I think I've played in that regard than the whole gimmick of switching back and forth. It really helps it along in that regard. But that said, I feel like Giana herself is a bit less of an appealing character than, like, say, a Shantae, for example. which is kind of the extreme, kind of an unfair comparison. Shantae is an exceptionally just well-drawn, well-animated, and just likable character, just on the basis of like her visual design and her animation. That game, yeah, way forward games, and just Shantae in particular are like just aces in just like the character design and animation department, just like the pinnacle of 2D sprite-based games. And actually, frankly, Giana here is almost the pinnacle, or at least certainly in the upper echelon of what I've seen of 3D 2D games, 2D games with 3D graphics. And I gotta say, it looks really good. It looks really, really good. Love the visuals in this game. Still doesn't hold a candle to something like Shantae, or like even other like superbly animated and sprited 2D games like your Castlevanias and whatnot. It's kind of like I'm saying, I don't have super high standards when it comes to these games. I enjoy a wide variety of games. I enjoy a lot of B-tier games. Like even games that a lot of other people don't like. It's taken forever to upload to restart my computer now. It's like it's done restarting, but now it's like starting. It's at the starting part of restarting. And it's taken forever to do that too.